In Affinity 3, you can modify the profile of a stroke using the stroke width tool. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the stroke width tool with a variety of different shapes. And you can see I can modify this to create all kinds of unique designs. Well, let's just go over here to the stroke width tool. Here it is. Here's the stroke width tool, and you can find it in the Vector Studio. This is PC or Mac, and you'll get this context toolbar with a fairly limited set of controls. They're useful, but fairly limited. There are also some modifiers that can be used as well. However, context toolbar, view, context toolbar, and show. Okay, let's reset the profile. So we put it back to what you normally would see. You would see a nice uniform design like this for just a single line. That's all it is. 2 points I've added there. Okay, what I can now do, stroke width tool, I can go here and I can stretch this out and create sort of designs like this, maybe a triangular design, or even further, really extend it out like that. However, there are some options here, and I can stop this activity, lock line weight. So I've got lock line weight, I just turn that on. Now, if I try and stretch this out, you'll see what happens. It only goes so far as this one. This was the max. So if it's set to 100, then this one will only go now to 100. If I deselect that and make it unlimited again, I can simply stretch this out, make it like that. Again, if I go here, if I just click this one, lock line weight, and go down here, it doesn't lock the line weight, so you can't change it. What it means is it will just limit it to that. So basically you stretch both of them, and the limit is set by obviously the first one, the maximum one that you've got. I don't want that, so I want that to be turned off. So let's just go again, just stretch that down, and also again go here and just decrease that. It goes all the way up here. You can't go any further. That's it. That's the limit. There's no sort of option to go further than that. Obviously, you can just make it go like that, but it's not anything available up here or further down there. However, you can't move it as well. So you literally, that's it. That's the limit. But you can add additional points. So if you want, just simply hover over this line and you can just click here, plus. Now you can't manipulate, you can't make it go wavy and all that sort of thing. This is not adding a node. This is adding a point in the stroke width tool. I think it's called points, and I think these are called handles, but don't hold me on that. Okay, I can just click there and add a point, and now I can modify that point. So I can drag this out. Again, I could click this to limit the actual width, so it would only go so far and it would stop. So again, and do that. Also, I can lock the point ordering, but of course, when I've only got a couple of points, it's not really easy to see. So let's just add some more. So click here and click here. I've added a few now, so I've got 3 there in the center, and these ones, you can't go past them anyway. So this one, I can drag this down now. I can drag this down all the way down and down and down, and you can see it goes through. So you can change the ordering of the points. However, if I go down here and I can lock point ordering, so that's locked now. Now if I try and do this, I can just drag this down and it will hit that. And I can't force it beyond that. So you can create some interesting designs just by that. There's a few things that would be nice. There are things that I think would be nice added to the lock-in. Also, most of the time I never use these snap ones. It's very sort of not really necessary, I don't think, personally, but still, it's possible that you could use the snap ones. It suddenly snaps to certain places, and that might be effective and useful. But for most purposes, I've never seen that much use for that. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Maybe there's some great uses for it, but I've certainly never have found much. Okay, so I've got this, and I can modify this in countless ways. Suddenly squeeze it like that. If you go over here, let's just go over here to the Move tool. And the Move tool, you get context toolbar. Obviously changes. What you can do is you can click here and you'll notice you've got a pressure. And if you look at that pressure, the actual pressure looks exactly the same as this. That's all it's doing. It's just a tool to do it. You can just go here using the Move tool, go to the pressure and do much the same thing. So click there and you can see there you've got that sort of crunch thing. It's a pity you can't extend this. you can save profiles, which is something you can't do with the stroke width tool. There's no profile save feature. You could store it away in assets, I guess, but there's no actual on the actual controls here to store it. Now, save profile, you can click there and you can see it saved. Now, I think this is only document based. I've never been able to get the profiles saved over multiple documents, which I think is a pity. I think it would be nice if the save profile actually saved a library of various profiles, but it doesn't. Now, what you can also do is, of course, go back here to this and you can just reset it again if you don't want it anymore. But for that, say I do, but I don't want to leave it like that as a stroke, I can convert it. So I can just go up here to vector and expand stroke. Expand stroke, and now you get this curve. Now you can see what happens. It does create a lot of nodes, which of course can be useful sometimes. And I think one feature that's not available in Affinity is particularly a sort of really nice smoothing tool. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong on that, which is possible, but it would be nice, a sort of a tool to be able to reduce down the number of points. Maybe there's a way of doing it. I don't know. However, let's go to something completely different now. I'm going to go to a circle. So a circle, let's just draw that. Now, of course, you get your uniform stroke here, just as normal. And it's 100 point according to this. Let's go again to the stroke width tool, and there's a stroke width tool. And now I can do exactly the same. So, but this time, of course, I've got a few more points to play with. And let's just move that out of the way. And I can then go here and I can move this and drag this like that. I can also go here and do the same. And you can see I can squeeze and create all kinds of different shapes. I can extend these like that. And likewise on this side as well. There are actually some modifiers as well. So let's just quickly show you those. You've got down here, drag, you can see along the bottom there, drag and the, I never remember what it's called, control, drag and control. So if I hold that down and if I drag that around, you can see what happens. Adjust the position. It doesn't adjust the actual thing. So you can just keep it as that. So it won't change. Obviously it's going to change at some point. It's going to hit that point. Now it will go through this because I haven't locked it, the ordering. If I lock the ordering, I won't be able to go through that. So if I click here and I again hold down that control, let's just go again. Oops, don't want that. I can drag this around. It will not let me go past that. So you could just create that sort of design. Now it does create a bit of unusual there, but still you can limit it like that. So let's just go back again and I'm going to deselect that. So there are a few others as well. So let's just go again, select one, another one. There's another one there. And you can see you've got here, oh, to double click, you can double click. It's got also another option, that load of options there. Click and I think control and no, I think double click is just easier personally. And that's what I usually do. So if I want to get rid of that, I just double click that and you can see it's gone. And I can go up here, but I can't double click it. It says red. Obviously that it says, no, you can't double click that one. And you can go this one, you can drag this and you can double click that and it will just put it back to the actual uniform stroke width. It doesn't actually remove the point because then probably it wouldn't be a circle. It leaves it as a circle. It doesn't change design. If you add one, so let's just double click there, or just click, I should say, click and add some points and then modify this. If I double click that, it doesn't change obviously the circle. It's just removing the stroke width. That's all it does. It doesn't move the actual node. Okay, so you can see you can modify this and move it around, create all kinds of neat designs. I mentioned that you can't save the profile. Well, you can, of course, save this as an asset. So if you want, all you need to do is go to Window and then go down here, General Assets, and then you can just save it that way. And so I've obviously here I've got a load of different options here of categories and things, but you could just create your own category there. I've got a default one there. Let's just go here and just add from selection. So you've got that saved. So if I extend that out, you can see now I've got that ellipse. So it's just stored there. However, As there's no copy feature, there's no copy the profile feature as far as I'm aware, and paste profile, I'm not certain what you could do with actually storing it away other than simply by just reusing it, by dragging it over there. You can still see the design, but it doesn't have any ability to copy onto another item or object. Okay, so I can move that because let's just remove that one, delete that. What you can also do is create stroke profiles with, or strokes, multiple on a single curve. So let's just go and do that now. I'm just going to go here and I'm going to use the pencil tool. You can use the pencil tool, just create a squiggle, just a little squiggle like that. And what you can then do, of course, I can go here and got this, obviously the stroke width tool there. And I can now go here and you can see as I hover along there, again, I've got these already, but I can just click there and I can drag there. So I can create some sort of nice sort of, like it, near enough like it's been done with a calligraphic pencil pen. So something like that. However, that's not what I want to show in this case, but it does create a nice curve as well. What you can do, you can also add an additional stroke to this. And you can do that by going to Window and down here to Vector and Appearance. So in Appearance, let's just get the Appearance panel. Let's just move Assets. And you can see this one here. You've got stroke here, 15.8 says there. So I can select that. I can then right click and I can duplicate. Now I can also, of course, create new ones. You can see down the bottom, you can add a stroke. Personally, I just generally use duplicate and go with that one. Now what I can do, I can click here and I can change colour. And you can see what happens. Because it's on top, it's exactly the same. I haven't changed it yet, but I can go down here and the stroke width tool respects this. So I can select that one and I can just change that. So you can see what happens. Now as I drag the red in, which was on top, you can see now I can get that sort of stroke. Now it's not modifying the black. The black is exactly the same as it was before. Now I can modify the black by clicking that. And now if I click there, you can see I can modify that. So you can see you get that. And you can do the same. You can go here and let's just click there. Again, I'm modifying the black one. Click that one, makes it I'm clicking the red. So again, I can click there and then I can modify the red. And I can click there and modify the red. Click there. Okay, modify the red. And you can see you could create sort of pulse effect. So you just go one out, one in, one out, and so on. Obviously a bit fiddly. That is one thing why it would be nice if there was an actual set of various profiles that you could store away, because you just create a nice pulsing one like this, nice quick design, and then you could just apply it super quick to any line. Unfortunately, there is no storage for these to use, so that would be just a nice feature. So hopefully in another version of Affinity at some point. But you can see you can create some very interesting line designs using that, and it's just then you can see that design like that. And of course, you can duplicate this design, hold down the Alt Option key, drag that, and these are independent. So again, you can always go here and change and tweak again using the stroke width tool, modify this one, doesn't affect the other ones, and so on. Create all kinds of unique line designs using this approach. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Bye.